I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas, many Hondas.
Since the release of the Dandadan, Kaiju number 8, and Solo Leveling was just aired on January 6, 2024, we now know that 2024 of anime is going to be a crazy year. Have you ever heard of Jump Festa? Oh wait, no, you probably haven't, because I haven't either. And this is apparently a convention that happens in Tokyo, Japan at the end of December every year, and it's used to discuss what will be going on in anime and manga going forward for the next year. So they just had a Jump Festa, and they had a lot of exciting announcements, which we'll be discussing in this video. So stick around, like, subscribe, and watch to the end, because we're going to go through some of the most important concepts that I feel that they were discussed and what excites me the most going forward for 2024 anime. So excited. Besides Kaiju number 8 and the Dandadan, which are been talked about heavily in the manga anime otaku space, I'm really excited for Solo Leveling, because interestingly enough, it's actually not from a manga. It's not an adaptation of a manga. It's actually a manhwa adaptation, meaning that it's a Korean comic that's now being adapted into an anime. So you know it has to be very popular to get an anime spin-off or anime adaptation. It's very important, meaning that it was probably doing really great sales. And we can't necessarily call it isekai because it's Korean and not Japanese. So whatever the Korean word for isekai would be, but basically it's another world where this character gets transported into another world, and he's a video game character. Think Sword Art Online, but with a spin. And he's a video game character. He has a health bar. Not a lot to explain, and I wouldn't be the best to explain because I actually haven't watched it or read it yet. So it's actually going to be an anime that I'll be covering on this channel. So if you want to continue getting to more Solo Leveling, then definitely subscribe and keep watching, because I'm going to be putting up videos on that pretty frequently. Another interesting announcement that's happening at Jump Festa is apparently Netflix is partnering with One Piece in order to reanimate One Piece. So you remember Dragon Ball Z Kai? Yeah, think Dragon Ball Z Kai. So a whole new reanimation, new color schemes, probably better graphics, and what's most important is going to be the pacing. The problem with One Piece was the pacing was so bad, so it was very hard to cover a couple of chapters in one episode because the chapters were just really long and the pacing, the fights were so slow. But now with a superior team and better editing tools and just more time has gone by, I think it's the 20th anniversary of One Piece actually, now we'll be able to actually pace the scenes out well. So it's starting from the first arc, so that's going to be interesting to see how they do it. But for anyone that hasn't started One Piece, this will be the perfect time to start, because now you're going to be starting from the beginning on Netflix perfectly. Another interesting announcement that was made, and guys, don't cry and don't hurt yourselves, but just know that Jujutsu Kaisen is ending soon. It's been confirmed by Gege Akutami that we only have about so many other arcs left. And if you watch my other videos that are going to be coming out or may have already come out at the time of this recording, JJK has about, I want to say, 11 arcs, and we're at, the Shibuya arc was about arc 7 or 8. So we're almost done with JJK, guys. Meaning that even though it was a powerhouse of anime for a long time, 2024 is going to be a year where a lot of new anime are going to stamp themselves in the legacy that is anime. So look out for a lot of the big production studios, WYT, Shueisha Studio, to really be putting out some hits, and hopefully they can take over, because you got to understand, with the new anime, the long-standing anime that run for very long, that's not a thing anymore. It's going to be a lot of anime that burn bright, burn quickly, and then burn out. So that's what we're looking for now. And I'm pretty sure Kagurabachi at some point is going to get its own anime, but we'll see. And to piggyback off that, speaking of new anime, you guys remember Mashle, Magic and Muscles, the video that I actually said was like a Black Clover stealing spinoff, and I made a little video on it? Well, I'll pin it in the description. I also want you guys to check it out, but they're actually getting a season 2, so I guess it couldn't have been that bad. I'm not gonna lie, I stopped after episode maybe 3 or 4 because I just got tired of watching it. It just was a kind of dry humor that I didn't really enjoy, but apparently they're getting another season, so maybe it's not as bad as I think. If you guys want, let me know in the comments. I'll go back and watch it and create more content about it, but I gotta go finish season 1 before season 2 starts for sure. So now I have to add this in, even though I don't watch this anime that much anymore, but My Hero Academia is getting its 7th season, which of course no one doubted that at all. It's pretty one of the bigger anime, well-known anime, so of course it's getting its 7th season. So for anyone that actually does watch My Hero Academia, just know I didn't leave you out and I didn't forget you guys. Again, it's 7th season, and let me know in the comments what that might be about. I really want to start watching it. I'm having this One Piece syndrome where I feel like it's so far now that I just don't feel like taking the time to catch up. I feel that way mostly about MHA and Boruto, but at some point, if I have the time and I'm not so busy, I might catch up and make some content about it. I don't know. And also, speaking of MHA, they also have a movie coming out in the summer of 2024. So that'll be very exciting, and hopefully you guys go check it out in theaters. And speaking of anime movies, guess who's getting a movie that I'm too excited for, guys? Chainsaw Man. Yup, that's right. Chainsaw Man is coming back, but they're coming back with a twist, with a movie. I guess they saw how everyone was making money from sales in movies, namely, I don't know, Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia, other big anime. So they were like, all right, hey, well, we might as well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So now they're trying to make their own movie, and that's going to be how they return for their next installation. The movie will be taking place in the Bomb Girl arc, which is also called the Reze arc. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I don't know much about it because I haven't read the manga, but I think it's going to be a good movie that'll give us a very good season 2. But Chainsaw Man, as we also know, is very short. So if they don't make something happen now, then I don't know what's going to happen. But the reason that they're doing a movie is because in Japan, apparently they don't make much money off of streams. They actually only make money through Blu-ray sales. So it's important that they get out a movie to, of course, make money. No one is in this business to not make money. So that's the whole point of this movie thing that they got going on. Speaking of making money, our favorite money-making workaholic editors and animators are back at it again. You're right, Mappa Studios, because I'm pretty sure they work on Chainsaw Man. And boy, I gotta say, the graphics for that is really good. It's really funny how they pick and choose when to really put their put their foot in their best editing into a production, and then other ones are like, we'll just throw it away. But yeah, they're coming back with a Hell's Paradise season 2, so I'm super excited for that, guys. Hell's Paradise, I got a lot of content out on it actually, so you can check my channel for that. I'll link them and put them in the description. But funny enough, Hell's Paradise started off so good for me, but then by the end of season 2, I was like, wait, so what's going on? Is this the end? Like, honestly, this is how bad it ended. It ended so badly that I didn't even know that the season was over. Like, I was just very lost. I was lost. Like, wait, is this the end? I think it ended on episode 13. But excitingly enough, we're getting a season 2, so hey, I'm not complaining. And I don't think it'll be any sweat off their back to, animate Hell's Paradise, because let's face it, they barely care about that animation anyway. So we'll see though. Every now and then when you don't have expectations, that's when the best production comes out. But they got some bigger blockbusters like JJK and other things that they need to animate. Let me end off with this. You guys definitely go check out my Hell's Paradise content, because it got like no views, but the content is there and it's fire. So I did the work. It's just you guys didn't watch it. But maybe when season 2 comes around, you guys might want to watch it, because it's very interesting. They have an interesting power system and very interesting characters as well as the backstory is kind of fresh, and the world building is decent. I'm sure once they uncover the mysteries, it might not be as good as we think, but check out Hell's Paradise, guys. I think you might like it, and definitely check out my content. And of course, I want to say this: can we actually take a time and have a strike for these Mappa workers? Because I heard they're working them really to the bone, and I actually kind of feel bad for them. We should give them a vacation or something. Like, we won't mind maybe 6 months off. They could just take time off. No anime, but of course they got to make money. But this is your time and your reminder, guys, to just take time off and rest and repair when you really need it, because overworking yourself is never the way to go. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, of course, share with a friend, and as always, find your zen, your final form. I'll see you next time, guys.
And I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows.